Okay, there is this guy, tulipatana
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, and then we've
Okay.
been dating since 2021, 2022 December.
Mm-hmm.
So anajua status zangu, najua status zake. He is married and I was once married and separated. Na hiyo yote tunajua, kila mtu anajua
Mm-hmm.
status za mwenzake. So tumekuwa sawa, but last week he's a teacher, this guy is a teacher. Since last week wafunge shule,
Okay.
ameenda home, he doesn't call, he doesn't talk anything. It's now 5 days. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering what's going on. Is it that ame lose hope na mimi just because ako na familia yake, ama ako more interested na familia yake than mimi, ama mimi sasa nimekuwa, I don't know how you feel. You have that, you feel that ka feeling I have now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering, is this guy still loves me, ama alikuwa tu ule wa kukuja na kuenda?
A very good question over there from Binti Malisafi, which I never judge, by the way. I'm not here to judge anyone, but I'm here to try to help you guys uh, find yourself, because you see, we have this generation where people have lost themselves, all right? We are just walking. We are thinking that we are with ourselves, but we have lost it somewhere, somehow. Not necessarily trying to think like people don't care, we care. Sometimes it's not because we are stupid. No, we are fine. The problem that we have, biggest problem with this generation, is people are so insecure and fearful of standing on their feet and doing what is right for them. So, Binti Malisafi, you have been dating. I guess, my guess is you are a Christian, right?
Yeah.
You're dating someone who's married. You're claiming
Yeah.
you love him, and your reason for being here is you're trying to find out if this person still loves you, or he loves his family more than he loves you. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people who are listening to you here now will say, "Are you crazy?" But I'll tell you something. You have mentioned something when you are starting to talk, that this guy is married and we know our status. You said that, right? We know our status.
Yeah.
Like, he's married and I was married and then divorced. So
Yeah.
already you are defending your reason to be with this guy by telling us that you know your status. You're trying to defend your reason for dating a married man with the fact that this guy knows your status. And that is where most of you women fall, because you think or you feel like just because you are married and now you have divorced, now your value comes down. You lower your value to an extent that it is easier for you to date a married man and even not think that you can still find a man who's not married. So you're falling in love because of your status. You're not falling in love because you need that love. You're not falling in love because you are ready for it. But you're seeing like your value is now lowered. The standard that you have now is either you get a man who is married or divorced, because I was once married. So I can't stand. My value is now lowered. I'm not worthy a man who's single. Binti Malisafi, I don't want to speak about anything like whether that guy still loves you or not, because it is not worth even asking about him. That is a man who is married. That's number one. Is a man who had a lot of space. He was free because he wasn't living with his family. So he wanted someone whom he could waste time with, someone whom he could call more than he can call his wife. Remember, when people get married and they get a kid or one or two, that attachment that you always find, like right now, the attachment he had with you when he was alone, when his family was not there,
Mm.
that attachment is no longer there because now you are not needed. You're not required. You're not worth his time. He was free. Now he isn't free. That space has been occupied by the right person. When the space was too much, he had nothing to offer, and no one was there to take his space, and therefore he came for you. The thing is, sometimes I say this, that never be fooled by a man or a woman who has a lot of time and leave a man who has a very tight time just because that other guy with a lot of time is calling you the whole day. A man can be giving you a phone call the whole day just because he has nowhere to call. He has nothing to do. He's so free. Another one can be so busy but loves you real and truly, but because of his nature of work, his nature of plan, his days, chaos and responsibilities, he has no time to call you. If it was about love, if you wanted to measure love, this is the time to measure it. Where is he? Why can't he even sacrifice a minute or two to call you? If it were love, because I don't want to talk about love because there's nothing, there's no any love in this kind of relationship. If he was loving you, this is the time to measure that love. 5 days, no calls. But when he was alone, I know he was calling you maybe the whole day, right? You're having long calls.
Not even all day. Like we used to talk like from maybe 10 at night mpaka hata saa saba, saa nane, whatever. But now
Now,
even a text message is a problem.
now I'll tell you something, Binti Malisafi. This is the problem that we have with this
Yeah.
generation. We waste a lot of time with people in our lives, people who will not take us anywhere. You know, there's a video that I've posted on YouTube today, and I was talking about a right guy coming to you at the wrong time, or a wrong guy coming to you at the right time. You see, God might have prepared someone for you, and God knew your time. But because someone is there, that guy that is now in your life who is fooling you, that right person might pass because you might not have the eyes to see that there's a right man somewhere. There are men and women who are in our lives who will take us nowhere. But we are just holding on to them thinking that we are comfortable. There's love here. All right? So your time is passing. Your time is passing, but you don't know. People come here and they're like, I've been with this guy for the last 4 years, last 7 years, but he's not even talking about marriage or something. That is a mess that you're doing. Keeping a man, listen, guys, I will tell you this today. I've never said this in my lives, but today I'll tell you this. There's nothing like dating in a life of a man and a woman. It is never written anywhere. God never created dating in life of a human being. God created only marriage. God created birth, He created marriage, and He created death. He never created dating. Dating was just created by human being. So when you are starting to date, one thing must hit into your head. Is he a man that is going to marry you? Is it a woman you are going to marry? If not, you're wasting your time.
Mhm.
Binti Malisafi, there's still time
Mm.
to correct your mess. The time that you wake up, that's the time that you should rise. Rise now. I know love might have gone so far. I know maybe you have shared some things with him that now you want to regret. Don't regret. It's an experience. Go through it. Take yourself back. I can't judge you. I know who you are. And when you said that we know our status, I knew where the problem is. You are not the problem. The problem is how you are feeling about yourself. You are degrading yourself. You've lost your worth, your self-worth. You are seeing that you're not valuable now. Now you are looking for a man who has a kid, or a man who is divorced, or a man who is married, because you can't see yourself in the space of being a girl, that young girl. So what you need to do right now is to find yourself. Go find yourself. Go find yourself. Start building yourself up. Look at yourself in the mirror and see yourself virgin again. Even if you have kids, there reaches a time, my students know that I train and I help them to do that, to feel themselves again, to see, like, even though I've ever had kids, I'm now feeling a virgin again. I'm now feeling my worth. I have vision, I have missions, and I have dreams. When I grow up, when I become this, I want to do this, I want to do that. I want a man who can love me, a man whom I don't want to give a character. I just want a man. Not a married man, not somebody else's wife, not a man who has a kid because I have a kid. I just need a man, my man. I need a woman, my woman, not because I have 5 kids as a man. Now I need a woman with kids just to understand me. No, I just need myself. Go, God, as a Christian, go kneel down, ask God for forgiveness, get your self worth, and just forget about it. It's not going to be easy for you. It's not going to be easy, by the way. You're not just going to wake up like because we talked and you leave it. Still, you'll feel like you want to call him. You'll feel like you're waiting for his call to come. But what I can tell you, he can call you today or tomorrow, but trust me, it's a waste of time because there's nowhere you're going. As a Christian, we are not advised to get married into a family that is already married. And again, a man will never leave his family for you. And even if he goes ahead and leaves his family for you, you will be the second person he will leave for another woman. Take care of yourself.
Thank you so much. I
It's
was so
okay.
disturbed. Mm.
Don't be disturbed. Thank God that at least you've learned your lesson. Thank God that God has revealed the reality to you.
Yeah.
All right?